Yo, what's good? Today on the podcast, I had Kylie Ma. Kylie is a model focusing in fashion. In addition to her life as a model, we talked about her transition into her new focus of creating a clothing brand. Please give it up for Kylie Ma.
In the land of China, people hardly got nothing at all.
No possessions?
And in China, they never go to church.
No religion too?
Or do magic.
Oh, it's easy if you try, Dick.
3, 2, 1. Okay, we're live. Kylie, thanks so much for coming over. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Of course. I think I saw you last at Push Fest.
Yes, I love Push Fest. That's my only event I go to every year.
Yeah. You've been involved since the beginning. It's always fun, right?
Yes, I love it. But this year there was no ramp and there was not so much to do like last year.
Yeah, well, Central Studios, they changed their layout.
Mm-hmm.
So, we couldn't actually fit the mini ramp in this time.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
But you guys had the Johnny room, which I thought was really fun.
Yeah, that was Kossi and I kind of collaborated on that idea.
Oh, okay.
It was really fun. It started out as just like the skate history room because we wanted to show like what's going on skate history wise in Shanghai. And then it kind of evolved. We're like, wait, Johnny Tang is like the most historic.
OG.
Yeah, why not just like make it his room? And he
Yes.
was so kind to let us borrow his shoes and like
Yes.
his magazines and
his stuffed animals and stuff like that.
Like Kossi did a really good job at like going down to the detail of how to make the room feel like as
Yes.
Johnny as possible.
Yeah, it was pretty cute.
Did you see the hallway as you were walking into Johnny's room in the back? There was like the hallway.
Yes.
We had photos of like Johnny.
Yeah, I saw J Mart.
Yeah. I thought some of those were my photos and Johnny's photos and. Yeah, I guess you've been to his old place, right?
I go to his place a
Well,
lot.
he moved like.
Yeah, I've been to his
Yeah,
new place
yeah,
a couple
yeah.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty fun.
I always make stories about it when I go to his place. Yeah. Because we play like UFC or we watch movies or stuff.
Yeah, he has that the video game console that has 1,000 video games in one.
Oh,
Have
he
you seen
does?
that?
No, I haven't.
Well, usually he just plays Xbox, but he has it hidden away. This like you can get it at like probably the computer like market or
I
whatever.
have one with 2,800 games
Oh,
with
snap.
Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, and blah, blah, blah. A lot of things. That's why I never leave the house.
Yeah. You talk about that a lot. I think that kind of relates to your brand. It's Mopsy, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
human-hating Unipig.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about your brand.
I started it a year ago, and then it was a streetwear brand, and the Mopsi the Uni Pig is the logo. Now, after a year, I'm actually changing it because I went to like all these streetwear fairs and stuff, and I realized I actually hate streetwear, and I hate the people, I hate the everything, and I don't understand the hype. I guess I'm too old for this, and then I realized I hate the whole environment. I don't understand the people. I don't understand what the everything is about. I
Right.
guess I'm not cool enough. So I realized that I will change my brand into more like a cool Hello Kitty. So it's a fictional character and it has merch. So
Okay.
the whole game changed. Instead of
Right.
a streetwear brand clothing, it is a character that has merch. So I haven't posted anything since March because I'm changing
wow.
everything up. I'm drawing all the quotes now and I'm like a professional illustrator. No, I'm not. So yeah, it's changing, but yeah, it's fun.
That's awesome. So what do you think it was that like along the way made you realize, because I think it's very I don't know if brave is the right word, but it is brave to go and try your dream, and you didn't fail, but you learned a lot along the way, and that's something I like learning from other people. So what was like some key moments that you realized, and how did you deal with that at the time of like, oh man, this isn't working out exactly how I thought it would? Like
Nothing has not worked out the way I wanted to. It's just that I am growing and then the brand is changing with me and I am revamping the brand. This is now the third time in just 1 year. Now I understand why the brands, like really successful brands, they need like so many years until they really find their DNA or their really their own style and their own identity. And this is, I started off then I was asked before, like, why don't you do it as a fictional character? Because you love all these, like, I love Gudetama, it's an egg, and it's a lazy egg. That's it. That is the whole story. And everything there he's on, I buy. There's no thought behind it. And I was asked, why don't you do something like that? And I was like, no, it's my first brand, so I really want to do a streetwear brand and do items that I love. There's no real collection. It's like the whole year you can wear all the stuff. I'm not doing it seasonal because I'm not rich, bitch. It takes a lot of money and investors to be able to do that. I'm not able to do that. So I started off as just 12 items or whatever. And then within the year, I realized, oh shit, maybe this is not how I want it to be. Maybe I want it to be cooler. And then I changed everything into black and white before everything was colors. Then the second revamp was all black and white and it's unisex and it's all cool. And then I realized I'm not that cool. So I actually do like colors. And then I went to Intersect and Yohood and I hated it. And I was like, what am I doing here? I really don't fit in. Everyone is so hype. And I don't understand the hype. So I was like, I would a million times rather go to a Hello Kitty fair than to go to this. So then I realized there is no brand that is like a fictional character, but really cool. The closest is Rip and Dip.
But the cat, right?
Yeah, the cat is the character and everything on it that people buy.
Yeah, I know the story of Rip and Dip actually because at Wood apparently they started at Camp Woodward is the biggest like sleepaway skateboarding BMX camp, and these guys they were working there as counselors, and they just started drawing these cats and selling them
for fun.
Yeah, for fun, and then but it was an amazing idea. Because at Woodward, kids from all over the country come to this one camp. So if you give them a bunch of stickers, they're all going to return to their home cities. And it's just and this was kind of before the internet. So yeah, I always love hustling and learning different ways about how you can get your name out there. Like that's why I have so much fun with Shanghai Observed. Is it's like kind of a game, but also art and curation. I just love everything about like that side of the business.
I saw you now do Russian Observed.
I've created the accounts. I have pretty much every name out there, but it's surprising how much effort it takes just to even one account, just to even do Shanghai Observed.
Yeah.
It puts a strain on your social life to be on your phone thinking of captions.
I know people think it's so easy to be an influencer or whatever. It takes so much work.
It takes work. I mean, to maintain that image. Don't get me wrong, it's an amazing job and I love everything I do about it. But it's not as easy. Like it's easy for one day, and then once you realize you have to repeat that every single day, you're like, wait a minute.
It's a lot of work.
And then I think also you get this pressure to maintain a level of like quality of work.
People always say it's easy to get on top, but it's hard to stay on top. It's so hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I actually am also interested in your modeling career. I read online you were discovered let's start actually from the beginning. You're from Germany, right? So you're from Germany, and I read you're discovered at 13. Is that true?
Yes.
Tell me how did that happen?
I was just walking in the downtown in Hamburg. And I was 13. I was walking with my girlfriend, and back then I'm that old shit. And the lady with a Polaroid camera came and was like, "Can I take some pictures?" And I was like, why? 13, ugly ass teenager. Like, what do you want? And then she's like, "Oh, I'm from a model agency, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Yeah, fine, let's take some pictures." She called me a week later and I had my first job, and it was pretty awesome. It was for what is the English word? Bürgerschaftswahlen.
I love German.
It is
sounds like a
some
made-up language.
political election, some kind of thing. So I had to be on a boat and make my first 500 Deutsche Mark.
500 Deutsche Mark.
Yeah, 500 Deutsche Mark. And right after the shoot, I went to Nike and bought 260 Deutsche Mark new shoes. And that was my first money that I earned. Yeah.
If I earned 500 Deutsche Mark at 13 years old.
It's a lot.
I don't know what I'd be doing. I was into video games back then. I was Guitar Hero. I was playing a bunch of Guitar Hero. I probably would have brought, also skating. I definitely would have brought a skateboard.
I don't know. I just bought new shoes. But yeah, it was so nuts. It was my first money. And then from then on, I just started getting jobs every now and then. In Germany, it was like, I played a tourist in my first job. So probably I'm the quote Chinese, like a black girl, a white girl, and
Right. I mean,
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
that's why this woman with the Polaroid camera was so
Yes.
interested in you. I mean,
Yes,
like,
in Germany, I must say, I don't know now. I haven't been back in 3 years, but in Germany, if there's a job where they need an Asian girl, if it's not me, I know the other 5 girls. It stays in the family. It's like 5 other girls. I'm like, who got it? Okay, you got it. Great. Okay.
That's so
So
funny.
it's the competition is so small.
so you stay friendly with those girls? Or?
Absolutely. Why
Yeah,
not?
Of course.
We're all different kinds.
You know what that reminds me of is, all these basketball players like LeBron and Kevin, whatever. I don't
Yeah.
even know who they are. I know they all have stunt doubles, and they stay good friends with their stunt doubles, like they're lookalikes. You know,
Oh.
because for like TV commercials, they want to treat like LeBron James's time as like he charges probably by the minute.
Yeah.
So when he does a commercial, if they don't need his face, they have a stunt double, or it's not a stunt double, but it's his double that will do all the other stuff. So like, it's really fun if you go online, you can find
wow.
photos of these like celebrities, and they stay friends. Like, Jonathan, he did a shoot with, I think it was Kobe Bryant, and he did a shoot with him, and he told me like, yeah, his stunt double was there, and it was just really trippy to see, like, whatever I just said, these basketball players. So
Wow,
funny.
I didn't know that. No, I don't have a double, I think.
You'll get there one day.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess that's when you make it. They need to hire a double for you.
Because I'm too busy for other shit. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Something else I was interested in is international experience as a model. Specifically, like comparing it to China. I think everything in China, for me, like I've traveled a fair bit to Europe and America and over the world, and China has like an interesting, I would say, like way about it. So I'm curious if you have any like thoughts on comparing your modeling experience in China versus out of China.
Okay, so before I really moved here and made Shanghai my base, I was with 2 luggages and I stayed in no place longer than 6 months. And so I lived in New York, I lived in London and Italy and Bangkok and all these weird places. And
How old were you during this time?
that would I was from 20 to then.
The only reason
8
I
years
ask is
later.
because it's like, it's just super interesting to think living out of a suitcase, and I was just curious, like, what age?
For 8 years I started.
Oh, 8 years. That
8 years.
lifestyle
Yes.
of living out of a suitcase lasted for 8 years. Milan, New York.
Yeah. You
Wow, 8
cannot have
years.
a relationship. You can't have
No.
shit. And when I turned, oh shit, I'm gonna say it. When I turned 28 years old is when I realized, oh, I should settle somewhere. I should live somewhere and stay there for a while. And I chose Shanghai out of all places, not because work is the greatest here, but because I was the happiest here. And working here is very different than anywhere else because there is no standard. There is no, like in anywhere there are prices for magazine, for shows, for everything, and it is very German. There's like you have to for 1 year the
Uniform and
usage, for 2 years there's everything is structured and there is structure and it's organized. But here it's not. And for all these years there was like, if people knew how much I got paid like years ago for a Converse campaign, they would be like, what, so little? But I was able to take all these campaigns and take it abroad, and people would be like,
Exactly.
oh my God, you did all these campaigns. I'm like, yeah.
That's pretty much exactly my thought process working
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
I get to work with these amazing brands.
Yes.
It's now in my portfolio. The second I leave,
Yes.
I have this pretty amazing portfolio of work.
Exactly.
You know what's funny that you bring up the Converse commercial? That was shot on the roof.
Yeah.
Right?
I did Converse
just
for
came
8
across-
years.
You worked that like closely with Converse.
No, I did the campaign every 2 years. Every 2 years.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's crazy. I guess there are not so many cool girls. They have to reuse me all the time.
I think that might be one aspect, but I also have realized through business, people just get super comfortable working with one person.
Yes, if they
you're
know
yeah,
you're professional
if you're
and it
reliable,
works and you're fast and
Yeah.
you don't waste time.
all that matters.
And you climb roofs without crying and insurance, then
Yeah.
you're the one. Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I really liked that commercial actually. I guess it was like,
Yeah, it was
with water, and you
yeah,
came out of the water.
It was
and-
so cool. So I had to put my hand into a bucket actually and pretend it's coming out of the floor and then pull out the shoes, and it was like dripping, but actually it was a bucket. But in the video, it looks like I'm pulling it out from the floor.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah, maybe I'll link it in the
Yeah,
in the
really cool
webpage
commercial.
when you guys can listen.
But here we get so much more easy access to big brands and stuff we wouldn't get
Definitely.
abroad. We get here so easily. So that's the good part about being in Shanghai. Used to be the good part.
Used to be. So what do you think has changed?
The last 2 years, I must say, everything has changed. The whole Shanghai dream, I feel like, is over. The good times are gone. The good paying work and all that shebang is just gone.
Right.
I talked to so many people the last year, directors, photographers, models, all kinds in the creative industry. And everyone saw a big change in pricing and clients. The budgets are just gone.
Yeah, I feel the same. I'm in the same industry, so I totally feel that. I'm wondering, do you think it's one of those things that could bounce back? I'm really hoping, but like even if it does, it might take years. Like I don't know if it's hit a bottom yet, though. I definitely still feel there is potential. There is like work to be done. I'm just wondering how long. Like, okay, for example, like there was a bit of a recession globally, so maybe that has something to do with it.
Normally, it doesn't affect China, huh?
Well, I mean, everyone keeps saying like,
Yeah.
oh, it will crash, the housing
Yeah.
market, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know what I'm talking about. but people keep saying that kind of stuff, and maybe it's like happening in front
Maybe
of
they
our
just
eyes right
learned
now.
enough from us and they're just sick of us.
my friend Ryan has this theory that the theory is that they've invited foreign talent to come in, be here for 20 years, and then they've learned like culturally how to adapt, and then slowly they'll just start to close up again because they've already gained the knowledge that they want and they don't need it anymore.
Look at my China career. I mean, I'm an Asian looking girl. Like, I'm German, but I am Asian looking. And I came all the way from Germany to work as a model here.
Yeah, that's actually interesting in itself.
Yes, absolutely. And everyone was like, what? Or why do
you
they
could have
need
chosen
you?
anywhere except for Asia.
Yeah. Why do they need you? Don't they have enough of you? And I was like, yeah, I guess so. But I don't know. Somehow it just always worked out. But now I must say there are so many cool looking Chinese kids. They don't need me no more.
No, the fashion is quite interesting. Like you'll go to, is it Changlulu? Right next to Fly 624. Ton of cool kids hanging out over there.
Oh my God, so cool. I feel so old. I don't know any of them.
I know, right? That's
Yeah.
what's so weird is like, okay, now I know how other people were saying like, oh, one day you'll feel old. I'm like, you don't have to, but it's like, I couldn't dress like that.
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
dressed like that,
But
it would
that's
be
not me anyways.
It'd be weird.
Yeah,
right?
it's just weird, but they can pull it off. It's pretty
Exactly.
cool.
And I think that's kind of cool. I think it's best if we just accept it now
Yes.
and don't become those old fucks that are like, oh, those kids.
True.
Yeah. They like, I guess that club All is right up the street, the concrete one.
Yeah, I've been once or twice and I was so surprised how many cool kids are in there. I used to go out and I used to know everybody. Now I go very rarely, but when I go, I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
I'm like, hello?
Yeah, what's going on? Where are my friends?
Yeah, no, I don't know shit.
Yeah, because I guess before my time, it was, Shelter and stuff like that. What
that
were
was-
some of your favorite spots back in the day?
Because I don't drink alcohol, bars are just useless to me. And clubs, I like to listen to hip hop. So there were not many places that I liked to go. But still, now I go out so rarely, especially with what's happening in the city right now.
Yeah.
I don't dare to go anywhere.
Yeah. It's better just to stay home and draw some
And play
new
Monopoly.
Mopsy stuff.
Yeah.
Playing Monopoly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Yeah, Shelter was really cool spot. I used to go there, like even if you don't drink, that was a super cool venue. You know,
But I was always so scared of Shelter. The music was so loud, and I always felt
was
like
aggressive.
if anything happens, I always stayed very close to the exit. I never felt comfortable in there. I was like,
yeah, I
"Ugh."
guess it was like you walk down 2 stories into like this underground
It's
bunker.
crazy.
Yeah.
Could barely stand up.
No, I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that place, but now it's most stuff has been pushed to like Found 158 and that kind of stuff, right?
Nah,
Eh,
meh. It's not my thing.
yeah.
I don't have a thing here anymore. I don't have a favorite place. I don't have like my go-to places anymore. I loved Bao Bei noodles. It's gone. Bowl noodle, whatever. It's just gone. My favorite places are all gone.
Yeah, even the wonton spot up the street from me, like they had to move, and that whole like this whole area Lao Shimin is getting leveled. I don't know if you come over here that often, but every time I'm around, I'm just seeing these skyscrapers being built and like the old lane houses going away. It's kind of
It's
sad.
nuts. It's losing its nice touch. That's why I loved Shanghai, but it's changing so much.
Yeah. So what year again did you get here?
Well, I first came here in 2006 because I said I wanted
right.
to learn Chinese, but 3 weeks later I was in a.
You didn't know Chinese from birth?
I
Like with your
can
parents?
speak. I still cannot read and write.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yes.
As long as you can speak.
Yeah. So I came on and off always from 2006 and stayed in Beijing for almost a year. And yeah, but then I came back.
So when you settled here,
Mm-hmm.
that was like what was your plan? Like how did you attack this? I guess you were done with 8 years of you know this suitcase life. And to be honest, I'm surprised you lasted that long because that's a long time
It's
to be.
freaking long. I can't even imagine now. I feel like it's so long ago, and I was quite brave. I'm not that brave anymore to just be like, oh, I have no money, but let me move to the next place.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the first year I was here, I was fortunate enough to be able to travel every 2 months, you know, to exit the country. And that was perfect for me. You know, I just changed it up every time. I went to Hong Kong and then Seoul, Tokyo, Indonesia. It was amazing. I loved that kind of stuff. But especially as I get older, I value having a home base so
I
much.
used to just use modeling because I wanted to live in every place for a bit. And I only used modeling to be able to afford that. So
Yeah.
that was my reason why I was modeling and not doing other shit. So yeah, but then I always came back, and then I did my MBA here in Shanghai as well when I was 26.
What'd you get your MBA in?
Masters of Fashion Business.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And then I started hosting around that time too. And then everything always in Shanghai, I always feel like everything always, opportunities come. You just have to say yes to it.
Definitely.
It's like, oh, can you host? Sure, I can. Okay, come to the casting. And then you just go and, can you do this? Sure. You don't know shit, but you just go and say, sure.
Definitely. I've held so many different titles here. That's what's amazing. If you had told me I've been in TV commercials just because I'm some white dude that can skateboard. You know, like a Huawei commercial. Like, you can see me skating past, and so funny making like friends with the other extras who were like, they hired this black dude and they just cast him as African drummer. I'm like, oh my God. And he's just joking. We're joking, having a good time. It's just funny. And that was back in like 2016. And you know, I've done voiceover jobs just because I can speak fluent English.
Nice.
This place is definitely what I used to do is I used to tell everyone like, you should come here. This is
me
amazing.
too.
And I still believe that, but I've changed my perspective a little bit to like, it actually takes a special breed of someone who's extremely adventurous.
Yes.
You need to be willing to eat shit and deal with like so much problems due to language and cultural barriers. And if you can't accept that, then this isn't the place for you.
Yes.
But if you are looking for a challenge, this is probably the most amazing city in the world, I think.
My friends in Germany still ask me like, "Oh, are you riding a cow? How is China?" I'm like, "Shut up! It's not like that at all, you dumb fuck."
Most of your friends from Germany, you're saying, or just all over the world?
Yeah, they don't even. Yeah, how far is Shanghai from China? I'm like, how fucking dumb are you?
Look
it's
at
4
a
hours
map.
by train.
Yeah, get on the next train. I'll see you there.
Dumbass. Yeah.
Oh man, have any of your friends from Germany come to visit?
No.
Have you ever convinced anyone to move here? Has that ever happened?
No, I didn't. No one ever. They're too scared, especially from Germany. If you don't go the norm, which is you go to school, then you go work in a company, and then blah, 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 like the whole life structure. If you don't do that, then you're a weirdo. That's why I stopped going back, because every time I go back, people tell me, "Oh, why don't you do a proper job?" Because I don't want to. I don't want to be a normal human. I want to be a weirdo. So I don't ever want to have a real job.
For sure.
I
know what you
modeling
mean. I know what you mean.
Job, but
no,
yeah.
they were talking about this in Joe Rogan Wiz Khalifa podcast, and basically they were saying like, what we do isn't work. We don't go to work. We got to come up with a better word for what we do. And I was thinking as I'm listening, like, you know, because the podcast was with Wiz Khalifa, and he was talking about, I got to go to work. I got to go to the studio. There's like 100 women, blunts, and alcohol floating around, like, and he's like, oh yeah, I got to go work. And his friends were like, you don't got to go to work, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think it's so true. You can't call it work if it's something you love.
Yeah.
But if you're making money out of it, some people like are just going to get jealous and not understand like what's going on and how to achieve that.
Corporate people will never understand. And I'm trying to make my friends come over and dare to just let go of their normal job and just try something else. But they just don't have it in them. Their personality and what they want are two different things, and it just doesn't match up. So they probably never jump out of it.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm very like cautious person. So what I did and the way I approached it is I was teaching English, and I was able to do that on Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays. And then from Monday to Friday, I had completely off, and I was able to intern at Push. So work for free for the stuff I love, that I want to work for free anyways. And then I'm able to still make money, still be secure on the weekends. I'm working very hard, but eventually you have that experience and you can get a job doing what you want. So I mean, I think that's the best way to do it. I think you got extremely lucky just being like plucked at a young age.
I think
but I'm sure you still work super hard.
Yes, but I think I just thought about it recently. Someone said it's quite impressive that you were able to live off your modeling for, like, I basically lived for 12 years just by posing. Posing paid for everything. That's just nuts. And I don't realize it because I'm doing it. But when someone says it, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I'm a professional poser. And through posing, I have this lifestyle. That's amazing.
That is amazing. And yeah, this is actually something I wanted to bring up. And I don't mean this to sound offensive, but sometimes models can get a stereotype as like not the smartest, I guess. And I'm curious to hear your opinion, because you are a model. I know you're not stupid. You have your own business right now. You're actually evolving from it. And I think that's the smartest thing you can do, is evolve eventually.
Yeah, but I'm also old as fuck.
That's not true. That's not true. But you're evolving. You've worked with models. I'm especially interested in your relationship as a model with like bosses, because it can be an extremely difficult situation to handle. Like, you know what happened in Hollywood with Harvey Weinstein and all that stuff.
Oh, shit happened to me too. But
so you don't have to, I don't need to hear any specifics. I'm just very curious in, you know, dealing with that, especially as a woman in China and as a woman in other countries.
When I was 21, I was in New York, and I thought I was quite mature with 21, but I went by myself with 1,800 euros, and I was like, I'm moving to New York. Yeah, right. 2 weeks later, half of the money was gone.
Oh my God.
I had to find an agency, which I did, got an O1 visa and everything. And before I got the visa, they already had some jobs for me, and they were like, it's fine, just do it. And then I came back with the visa, and then I had a huge job, $40,000, blah, blah, blah. And then when it came to paying me, they were like, they were threatening me and say, oh, but you worked before you had the visa, so now we can sue you. And at 21, I was like, oh my God, I have no one and no one can help me. So I was crying every 2 days, and they were just saying, oh, you thought you were going to get paid? Oh, cute. How much did you thought you were going to get? And I was like, oh, what am I supposed to do? They said, oh, we were going to report you that you worked before you had your visa. You guys made me work before I had my visa. So that was New York for me. It was just so horrible. And Terry Richardson is one of the guys that I also had a casting with.
No way.
And my agency was at 21. Actually, when I think about it now, 21 is quite young. You're still
young.
vulnerable.
You're still a baby. Some people are still a baby at 21.
Yes. And my agent was like, oh, Terry Richardson wants to see you. And, you know, at the casting, sometimes he makes the girls wear glasses and jump around. If he likes you, then you have to take off your top and then jump around. And I was like, okay, so you're sending me to that casting? They're like, oh, you're from Germany. You can handle it. I'm like, okay. So I went. And with one hand, he's holding his little camera. With his other hand, he comes closer with his hand and touches my face. And then he comes closer and he tests you. So he puts his thumb into my mouth. And I'm like, ha ha. And then I pretended I spat it out. I was like, ha ha, I just spat out your thumb. I was so uncomfortable and scared. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And then I called my agency and I was like, yo, this was really weird. And he thought it was really funny. He asked me to move in and stuff. And I was like, ha ha.
Your agent?
No, Terry Richardson
asked you to move in.
Yeah, and then he called my agency and said, oh yeah, we want to book Kylie. And then my agency said, oh, because she's 21, we would like an agent to come with her. And he said, no, she should come by herself. And then my agent said, no, she cannot. And then that's when he just didn't book me ever again.
Oh my God.
And to me, I saw other girls in my agency from like poorer countries. For me, it was always like, how much do I want it? If I don't, I just go back to Germany. It's nothing.
Wow.
But the other girls who were younger than me didn't want to go back to their villages and stuff. So they would do shit.
Yeah, it really puts it into perspective. Like, you're fortunate that
There's your dream.
You had like a solid head on your shoulders,
Yes.
enough to know I shouldn't do that. But there's people who don't know. And
I saw these girls that didn't know better and didn't have the backup, like, oh, worst case, you just go back.
Yeah, they don't have a worst
case. But they
case.
don't have worst case. They have to make it work there.
Yeah.
And to me, it was just, New York was the scariest for me. And it was, I don't know, I have really bad memories with New York. Yeah, it's not easy. As a model, they are in power positions, right? So you are a little model who wants this job and they are in the position to give it to you, but you have to do blah, 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 blah. So how much do you want it? No, not that much, actually.
Yeah, this is something that I'm just not able to really comprehend.
But in China, there was never any of this, actually.
That's amazing. That's so nice to hear, because that's what I wanted to ask.
Yes, never. The only thing was that people are not as punctual as I am. So I would be there. Yeah, I would be there before the client was there and everyone would be like, yeah, just wait there. I'm like, yo, you said 9 o'clock, then it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
But no,
they're 9 o'clock is actually 8:50. But.
Yeah. But they are not, they weren't back then not as professional. Now it's way better. But they don't treat, in Germany, when you do a job, there's a full buffet of stuff. And you just grab your stuff to eat. And in China, it's like, if you're lucky, after 12 hours, you might get like a how to 便当, like the meal thing.
Carton of noodles.
Yeah, the carton of stuff to make you fat.
For sure. That is definitely the biggest difference. Like we did a shoot with some New York directors that flew in at the Power Station of Art. Have you ever been there? Power Station of Art. Yeah, it's just some gallery space, but it's a really massive place by the Bund. Really nice. Anyways.
Is it the thing with the
They have the
bridges?
thermometer.
Yeah,
that whole building over there. We got to take it over and shoot this really cool piece where like this couple gets lost in the museum. These two directors, Simon and I'm forgetting.
Garfunkel.
No, their name is Rubber Band. They're a director duo. It's Simon and I forget the other guy's name. But so they're very talented directors, and they fly here from Shanghai. They say everything is like they can't believe it's not anything like they thought. They thought they would be on dirt roads and stuff like that. You know, first time in China. And I asked them after the trip, like, how did everything go? They said amazing, except the one thing was the food.
Yeah.
when exactly as you said, like we're in this like dungeon area where they put you to get the food, and it's just like a box with boxes of food inside of it. And yeah, that's the one thing.
But it doesn't matter how big you are. Like I shop with Higher Brothers, and back then we all just squat and eat our food. Like there's you can't play diva here. You just got to do it. They tell you to fucking climb a rooftop, you do it. They tell you to squat down and eat your noodles on the floor somewhere, you do it. No matter who you are, you just freaking do it. There's no extra Wurst.
Extra Wurst. Yeah, no, I think that's a theme throughout China as well. Just like it doesn't matter what your title is, like everyone does give the respect they want to get back.
Yes.
So I truly value that, and one of the reasons why I love this place as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any other stuff in China?
In China, I don't know. I think the funniest thing how I got into hosting is that
Oh, right.
I went out one night partying, and then with the producer said, "Hey, Kylie, do you know how to host?" And I said, "Sure." And so the next day I flew into Shanghai and I did the casting, and that's how I started hosting, by lying that I know how to host. And
What did you host?
Pepsi Battle of the Bands.
Oh, Pepsi Battle of the Bands.
Yeah. It was really funny. So,
So you're like kind of announcing stuff and
I was doing 2-hour live shows.
Wow.
But as a foreigner, you're not allowed to be the main host. I did the web part of it. Yeah, you will never be the main ho.
Right. The main
The
hoe.
main ho. I'm always the side ho.
Always the side hoe, never the main hoe.
Oh.
One day you'll be there.
I don't know if I still want to do this, actually. I feel like now with my brand, I'm shifting careers. Modeling will always be, not always, but I don't crack that easily. Not always, but I will still do it every now and then. But it's not my main focus anymore.
Sure.
It's not my main thing. I enjoy way more making my own clothes than just promoting stuff for other people. That's why I started it, actually, because everyone is like, oh, can you promote this? Can you promote that? I'm like, why don't I just do my own thing?
Hell yeah.
And that's why I did it.
That's awesome. Yeah. I think that's awesome that you made this transition and you're going after what you love.
Yeah, I am in the transit right now, actually.
For sure. So TV shows, TVC, hosting, like it also said you did acting classes. Have you ever acted in anything?
Well, I don't know how to read Chinese. So every time I got
okay.
something, Jackie Chan movie or whatever, I got the auditions and then what? They give me a script, and what do? I hosted in Chinese a lot. And so I translate it in Google Translate, and the Google Translate reads it to me, and I write it down how I would say things because I know how to speak. I just don't know how to read.
But
so
you can just put it in pinyin, no?
I memorize everything. When I used to host, I would memorize.
Oh, when you're talking about that kind of stuff.
everything.
Yeah.
So, but when it goes too deep, when I host it sometimes and I have to ask questions and they use really proper Chinese, I don't even know what they say. And I'm like, aha. And they just ask the next question. Yeah, my Chinese is not that great. So when it comes to scripts, forget it. I don't know what I'm saying. Where do I put the emphasis? What's the emotion? I don't know, because I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, I really thought your Chinese was actually fluent for some reason. But
Yeah, fluent in talking, but just normal conversation. Nothing deeper. I don't understand news, for example. Yeah.
Yeah, because they really do use
Words that...
I guess different words,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
More like, I wouldn't say professional, but like proper.
Yeah, proper. And I don't know any proper words. I don't even know the proper words for penis and vagina.
Yeah, Tang and Eden are the same way. They just like, I know Tang can't read characters. I think Eden might be able to. But yeah, they've mostly learned just by, talking to friends.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm studying at Jiao Tong University right now, and it's super
I
hard.
signed up so many times to these things, and I never went more than 2 weeks.
Right. I mean, like, it's very good. The problem is when you're trying to also work at the same time. And this semester I said, like, I'm going to just do Chinese, but then, like, jobs come up and it's so hard not to take it.
Yes.
So that's been my downfall, is
I
not
know.
focusing enough.
I gave up. I will never be able to fully read and write. That's fine. That's fine.
I mean, as long as you can conversationally speak, that's an achievement in and of itself.
Exactly.
I think it's super, super awesome to be able to speak more than one language. And honestly, it's not just because I live in China. It's also because in order to feel more like a global citizen, I want to be able to speak 2 languages.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, you already started out with German and English. So that was cool in and of itself. But for me, and a lot of people in America, we just know English. And
I know.
It's
pretty sad, huh?
It is sad. And it makes it harder for us to learn another language because English is the most spoken language in the world. Or that's not true, but it is the most unifying language internationally.
Yeah, but your brain learns to function differently if you speak different languages. It's just
definitely.
more
There's
developed.
sometimes I prefer using certain words in Chinese over English now.
Yes.
Like, I'll like mafan is like the most, I think everyone's first Chinese word that they realize is better than any word in English. Is there any other words that you can think of? Like
Mama hu hu.
mama hu? Apparently that's not the like it's the foreign way to say like
Oh.
so. There's like there's another way to say it's just I learned this the other day that like if you say mama hoo, they know you're a foreigner.
Aw, shit. I thought I was real local.
No.
No, I guess not. Oh, well.
Yeah, oh well. But yeah, also something else I remembered. You told me once that you have like a yoga license.
Oh,
Is it-
yeah, I did it. I did a yoga teacher certificate, yes. But I never intended to teach actually because I don't have patience at all. I cannot teach other people. I tried to teach my brother to play piano. It just doesn't work. I just get super impatient. And I just want to slap people.
So you went to Bali to get that, or tell me about
I went to Thailand to get
Thailand, okay.
Yes, and it was real culty. Have you ever seen what is it called with Osho, the
Eat,
Netflix?
Pray, Love. Oh,
No. Osho, Wild Wild West.
Oh,
Have you seen that?
I loved that documentary.
Yes.
That was absolutely incredible.
Exactly. So that was what my school was based off, and the teacher and everyone was like big Osho, like.
They were into that particular style.
Yeah, and they even went to the ashram and stuff like that.
Now it's a global community.
Yeah, but it's fucking
culty.
nuts.
It's culty.
And I didn't know about it until I was there, and they kept on talking about, and they wanted to do all these practices where you like shaky, and I was like,
shaky,
no, I'm not
shaky.
into that. And then I started doing research and I watched some YouTube videos, and I was like, wait, what are we practicing?
What am I
here?
falling into right
What
now?
is this? And everyone was so. They kept on doing. Do you know what a human cinnamon roll is?
No.
I don't like to be touched unless it's my friends.
Right.
But they kept on like, you stand in a circle, everyone holds hands, right? Then at one point, one person lets go and runs into the middle, and everyone goes, and then you're a huge
my
human
God.
cinnamon roll.
I can imagine in
they
my
kept
head right
on
now.
doing shit like that, and I just like, I don't want to do this. I hate people. I hate humans. I have a whole brand of that. It's so culty what they did, and all these practices. It was just, then after that, I was like, I'm never going back. And I wrote a really bad TripAdvisor review.
So was this like a school that you could sign up for, and that's where you wrote the review?
Yeah, and you paid $3,000 and you go for 4 weeks, and every day from morning to evening, all you do is yoga.
And you exit with a degree
Yes,
as an instructor.
and then you are able to teach people.
That's
pretty
interesting.
cool.
My mom actually, I mean, she's well into her 60s, and she just got her degree to.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm super proud of her.
Yeah.
She does what's called Kundalini yoga.
Oh, that's sex sex yoga, no?
It's not it's not sex
Sexy
yoga,
time, no?
but they it has apparently. So are you not familiar with Kundalini yoga at all, or?
Wasn't it sexy time?
No.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
I mean, they do use like terms apparently when they're explaining, and it's being very in tune with your body. But one thing, to my understanding, is that when you achieve like a certain state within Kundalini yoga, you can feel like you're high. Like like, I don't know if you've ever heard of DMT, but it's like a drug and blah, blah, blah. It's like a
I
very,
don't know anything about drugs.
neither do I, but I've heard that this drug, DMT, you basically like go to another dimension or something.
Oh shit.
And when you do Kundalini yoga, you can achieve this feeling. And it's just so funny to see my mom like into this kind of stuff right now.
But it is fun. I did it because I actually did it because I have really bad back pain. So and I am so impatient that I always get stomach aches because I'm like, I get nervous stomachs and stuff like that, and I forget to breathe a lot. I'm most of the times I'm quite tense. I can see that I'm in a cab and I'm super tense, and then so that's why I had to learn how to meditate, how to breathe. I don't even know as a normal human being how to breathe. That's the
Right.
easiest thing you should know how to
Yep,
do. So I learned how to properly breathe, which I'm not doing right now. But yeah, and I just did it for myself because I always wanted to have the yoga teacher. I like to collect certificates.
That's cool. Well,
Yeah.
any other certificates?
Yeah, New York Film Academy.
Okay.
The MBA, I did it for the certificate.
Right.
My bachelor, whatever, just certificates.
Nice. Yeah, just put them up on the wall. Why not?
Yes.
On the fridge for mom.
On the fridge.
Yeah. So after Thailand, like, did you ever do anything with the yoga degree, or did you just came back to Shanghai and?
I don't like the yoga studios here in Shanghai. It's pretty much all about money, money, money. There was one that it was called Yoga Space, but it closed down. The government took back the space. So after that, I couldn't find another studio that I liked. So I just stopped going to any studios and I just did it at home. It's a business. It's all spiritual, but it's a big business.
My mom, she's so fortunate to be able to do it at this like congregation. It's a church called Unitarian Universalist. And every Sunday she gets to go and just like teach it for free. Like she's fortunate enough to be able to like do that financially. And it's just so cool that
it's pretty fun. I made Tyler also do yoga. We did a whole month every single day. His posture got way better and back pain less. And when he dropped a pen, instead of like bending, he would like properly
squat.
bend. It's just so amazing. It does a lot for your body.
For sure. So what do you, if you don't like to do yoga, you're pretty fit. So how do you stay fit? Like what kind of stuff do you like to do?
I used to work out so much. And this year and last year, I am so swamped with work that I actually don't work out at all. And I'm the fattest I've ever been. I know it's nothing to other people, but for me, this is the heaviest I've been. I had to give away, I'm packing my shit right now. So I had to give away so much clothing because I don't fit in it anymore. I didn't think that my body changed much, but I just don't fit into all my pants. That's it.
I've been lucky for pretty much my whole life. Extremely fast metabolism. So I've never.
But you got really, really ripped lately, huh? Is that? I even said that to Johnny. I'm like, did he get really ripped? Because I saw you at Push, and I actually. I just wanted to tell you something, and I touched your tummy by accident, and I was like, "God damn, Alex, what the hell is this?"
Yeah, I've been going to the gym. It's been honestly a game changer for my mental health. Like that's the biggest reason why I'm doing it. And then to see your body change over time is like it's so rewarding, and the two things make it you don't want to stop.
Yeah, I know.
So. Jump roping has been amazing. I've loved that. Like just cardio work, also swimming. I love to do laps, freestyle and breaststroke and then also just some free weight. But what I've really loved recently also is, I used to wrestle in high school. So I've been going to do jujitsu at a school here called Absolute MMA.
Oh.
And it's been like, I don't know, like in high school, I did it every single winter for, the whole winter, like through a high school after school program, whatever. And I was pretty good. So, and to get back on the mat, and it's a very, very similar thing. It felt like I haven't skipped a beat. It's been so much fun.
Do you get broccoli ears from that?
Oh, you can for sure. Yeah. There's a bunch of dudes with that broccoli ear.
Oh, nice.
It is creepy, right? Yeah. But you can wear a headgear. So if you wear like the super sexy to see the headgear on. Yeah. But so I've been working.
Then you look
out.
like Princess Leia, right?
I don't know about all that, but what do you mean Princess Leia with headgear?
It looks like her buns.
Oh, Princess Leia from Star Wars. Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought like the Queen of England. I don't know why that popped into my head.
You're like, huh?
Princess Leia? No, Star Trek. Yeah.
Buns. Yeah, I used to go to the gym a lot, and I used to go do yoga a lot, but I am not doing anything since months and months and months. Yeah. But that's fine, whatever.
Yeah, well, when you change it up pretty soon, I guess you can get back into the gym or start a new routine.
Yeah, I also want to just walk around the city, but I always get headaches here. Yeah. So yeah, not walking anywhere. My average step count is 200 steps per day.
Really?
I'm just walking around in the house.
Oh man, yeah. If I go over 10,000, that's a big day for me.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah, no, I mean, recently, like I study at Jiaotong and we get a break in between classes and I'll just go walk around the track.
Oh, nice.
I love it. And what I love about China is elderly people and how they don't stop moving. Have you noticed that? They're
stronger than white people, old people.
For sure. Hands down.
Yeah.
The elderly or I think it's just the mentality that your body only breaks down if you decide to let it break down.
Yes.
I see people well into their 90s riding bikes with kids in the front basket.
How sick, huh?
Awesome.
Yes.
I mean, I just feel like in America, people tend to go to nursing homes because that's just like the idea of what should happen.
Yeah, no. My dad is 70 now, and I'm sending him to live in Sanya.
Awesome. I
Because
love
why
Sanya.
would you retire here? If you don't do business in Shanghai, this is not the city to retire.
Definitely not.
So
no.
yeah, we got a place in Sanya, and he's gonna start living there. And we walked around, and every day is just, oh, let's eat coconut, let's walk around, let's go to the beach, let's do this. It's just so much nicer. And we walked like 14,000 steps was like the average, and he's 70 years old, wasn't tired at all. So it was pretty awesome. Here we walk across the street, and we're both like,
Must have something to do with the pollution.
yeah,
it
absolutely,
must be.
absolutely. I'm excited for a change.
Yeah. So you're moving to Canada.
Yes, yeah. I'm going to Montreal.
That's pretty awesome.
Yes.
And Tyler is from Montreal, or
no?
He's from Canada, right?
Yeah, he's from Canada. His parents lived in Montreal for a long time. Then they moved for a job. But yeah, so I have never been actually. But I've moved to a lot of places where I have never been before. So it's just been a few years. That's why I'm not used to moving anymore. So now it's like a huge deal for me. But I'm coming back to Shanghai every 3 months. So most people I see once, twice a year. They won't even notice. So I don't have to say that I'm moving actually.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I pretty much feel like you're still here then.
Yeah, exactly.
But do you know anyone in Montreal?
One girl I did the MBA with, and Tyler has a bunch of friends there. So I'm excited to meet new people. I am excited for food. For the city is so beautiful from what I've seen on YouTube.
It's absolutely amazing. Yeah. I went to school in Burlington, Vermont, which is 2 hours away from Montreal.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, it's basically the same land, you know. Amazing in the summer. It gets really cold in the winter. So
yeah, I know. I went once and it was -40. The second I got off the plane, I just got sick, and I was like, oh, great trip. I was just in a basement.
Yeah, you got to prepare for that. I guess you'll get to break out like the fluffy jackets.
Yeah, the fluffy jackets are coming. But weirdly, because it's summer, I bought so many bikinis and stuff. And I was like, oh, I have to use Taobao as much as I can. And then I'm going over there, and I'm probably not being able to wear anything. It's gonna be sad.
No. It's
we're actually getting a tandem bike.
That's so
with
cute.
that gay. It's gonna be fun. Yeah.
No, yeah. Montreal is an awesome city.
And rent is cheap.
Have you already like looked at places? And
Oh
stuff like
my God, we are overpaying in Shanghai so much. 4-bedroom, front yard, backyard, 7,000 RMB.
that? What?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. I'm moving to Montreal with you.
I know. It's the cheapest city in whole Canada.
Wow, really? I didn't know that. Well, you know what I did know is Vancouver has to be the most expensive, like in all of Canada.
Out of all, yeah.
Have you ever been there?
Nope.
Neither have
Because
I.
no one says, everyone told me that the west side is not as fun as the east.
Maybe not as fun, but nature-wise, I hear it's
But
absolutely
it's raining
beautiful.
200 days.
Vancouver as well. I know Seattle is like that, which
Oh.
is just south.
Yeah,
of-
so Vancouver is supposedly
Must be
rains
the
a
same.
lot.
Yeah. People talk about like seasonal depression. And I think that could be real. You know, like dealing with the
Absolutely.
rain and all of that.
Oh, in Germany as well. That's why I left. And now I'm going to Montreal.
Yeah. But it's the same here. I mean, the winters here are totally miserable with
Yes.
just like how cold it gets. And
And rain season is horrible. But the summer is miserable as well to me. I'm sweating like a pig. So yeah.
yeah. For
the
me,
pools are so expensive now in Shanghai.
are they? I mean, I have always been into the pools, but I've never like been a member. I've only gone to, do you know the one in Pudong that's like a beach?
Yeah.
That one's so
That's now
nice.
200, and I'm known as I'm the Maya pool goer, and it has. Started with 60 kwai, and now it's like 100, and weekends 150 kwai.
Oh, so you just pay by the time as well.
Yeah,
per
because
session.
we don't know how long our summer lasts. Because last year was not. Last year we didn't have sunny days or anything. Last year I went to the pool twice the whole year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's probably better to pay by the season or by the session because the summers are unpredictable here in terms of how many like sunny days versus rainy days you'll get.
Yes.
I think it's for me, every time it's been the last week of June and the first 2 weeks of July. Like they call it, they have some name of it, like some type of like storm name, and it literally does not stop raining every single day. For
I
3
hope
weeks.
that next Friday I'm flying, and if above 29.5 degrees, then I cannot fly because I have my dogs with me.
Oh.
Yeah, and the Air Canada says if it's more than 29.5 degrees, then they will for free change the tickets.
That's amazing.
But so I'm praying like, oh my God, let it rain, let it rain.
Yeah, because you want to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I do.
You have dogs?
Yeah, I have 2 dogs.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're Tyler's dogs.
Oh,
They're
okay.
now mine too.
What kind of dogs?
Chinese street dogs.
Oh, Chinese street dogs. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm curious about that. What was the process like getting them out?
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, I've
Crossing
heard.
my eyes. Actually, tomorrow morning we have to. So 7 days before you fly, you have to go to the Shampoo hospital and then get the full checkup, blood test, blah, blah, blah. And then 3 days later, you get a paper and you have to go to that department. And then on the day you fly, you have to be at the airport 5 hours before your actual flight.
5 hours.
And then months before, that's why it took us 6 months to plan this whole move.
Yep.
Months before, we had to do rabies, whatever shots, blah, blah. And then we bought 2 huge kennels. And then the airline was like, oh, the only plane that leaves China to Canada, that plane can only carry 1 kennel or 1 dog or 1 huge kennel and 2 dogs. So we had to sell the 2 kennels and buy 1 huge one. And, it's
What a
just,
process.
It's just a huge process. And now they have to learn how to drink out of the water bottle. They have never done that in 9 years.
Oh, man.
So they probably die. So yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's actually not so funny though, because I saw a story on the news of, unfortunately, this little girl was traveling with her like puppy bulldog or something, and it was a miscommunication, and she was told to put it above in like, the overhead
Oh,
bin.
I saw that.
It was so sad. And,
Yeah.
and I mean, then they get to the spot and find that their dog has passed away.
I know. And here they don't give you sleeping pills for the dogs. So they get a little relaxer or whatever. And yeah, who knows what the temperature. That's why it cannot be above 29.5 degrees because they're on the tarmac for a long time. Then they
Yeah.
burn. And there's who knows when they give them water, how the temperature is in the cargo and stuff like that. So it's really, and our dogs are 6 and 9 years old.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they're pretty old.
Yeah, pretty old. So it's we're really stressed out about that actually. So tomorrow morning we have to go and get the checkup done. It's really scary.
Yeah. My friend Charlie, he has Calvin. You know Charlie, obviously, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Charlie.
His dog Calvin, have you ever
Oh,
met?
I don't know. Calvin.
Yeah. He has a street dog as well. And he was looking into the process because they're going to move to Japan sometime soon. And
Really?
yeah. And it's just like too moff-on. Like it's so
It
much
is
work.
it's actually not that bad. Like months ago, we just had to go to rabies twice. And then 1 week before you fly, you have to go and get the health checkup. And then 3 days before you have. So if they change our flight, we have to wait 1 whole week because then we have to do the whole process again. You have to go 1 week before your flight to Shampoo. If you change a day, then you cannot change. You have to fly a week later then. It's just Muffin. Okay, fine, it's Muffin. Fine, I take it back.
Yeah. You just have to deal with it.
Yes.
Yeah, I can not imagine. I don't have a dog here, and I've always wanted a dog, but having a dog in Shanghai, I feel like is just...
It's just sad. I can't wait to see my dogs run around in the park or woods or whatever and just have fun instead of being on the lead. It's no fun to walk them here. People are scared of dogs. They cross the side. They're like, do they bite? I'm like, yes, they bite.
Get away from me.
Yeah, get away.
It's a killer dog, killer street dog.
Yes. Or they keep on telling me how my black dog is more yummy than my brown dog and stuff like that. Nom, nom, nom.
No, they don't.
I don't know about that.
Oh
So,
my
yeah.
God.
What is your plan? Are you going to stay here for a while?
Yeah, my plan is to, like over the winter, I got like kind of depressed, just general, like I'm over with these Shanghai winters, but then as it gets nicer, you get like rejuvenized.
Yes.
And my plan, like this summer, I'm going to go to Bali for like a month, couple
Nice.
weeks. And I've been fortunate enough to just do kind of freelance work from wherever, just by email. And I'm really excited to spend some time in Bali, get back to surfing and stuff like that. So yeah, my plan is to stay in Shanghai during like the spring and autumn, But then during the summers, I go somewhere tropical. And then for the winters, my plan is to go to like Hokkaido and snowboard for like a month.
Nice.
So this is just like
What
my
a
dream.
life.
Yeah, what a life, right? Because I've always wanted to do that, but I felt like, oh, I can do it eventually. Like I don't have like the means yet. And I realized like, wait a second, I've saved up some money. I can try this. If I
Yes.
fail, that means like I fail and I'm not
Yes.
like dead or anything. You know,
Yes.
you tried, you lost money, but
Yeah.
big deal. So I'm really excited to just do stuff like that and continue working on Shanghai Observed, like
Yes.
clothing brand. And this podcasting has been so much fun.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
I'm going back to New York end of June for a
Mhm.
friend's wedding and see the family. That's something that I actually is my biggest problem with Shanghai, I would say.
Friends?
Family,
Okay.
mom and dad. Like, you know, they live across the country.
Yes.
I talk to them once a week on the phone, maybe. And like it might be 2 or 3 weeks. How do you deal with that?
Well, my
Where-
dad lives here.
He lives in Shanghai.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
And I have no contact with my mom.
Okay.
So Tyler's parents, in 11 years that he's been here, he's been only back 3 times.
Mm,
And his parents been here 1 time
11
11 years ago.
Oh my
So
God.
his mom was like crying to me. I'm like, thank you for bringing my son back. I'm like, yep, no problem.
You have a good relationship with Tyler's
yeah,
parents?
absolutely.
That's
absolutely.
awesome.
They're awesome.
Yeah, I think that's like really important and something I value or I think is really cool about China is it seems that families, you know, they live together, like the grandparents, the parents, and the kids. They all live in the same house.
But when you're old and you have no one else, you should. I don't even mind now. When I was younger, I was like, no, I would never want to live with my mom and dad when they're old. But now I'm like, yeah, that's why I got a place with my dad in Sanya. So every winter, I'm going to escape Canada and just go for a few months to hang out with my dad in Sanya. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Getting him set up in Sanya and you can go
Yes.
over there and chill.
Yes, absolutely.
There's good surfing down there in Sanya. I don't know if you have
And
interest in
it's
that.
all it's a trade-free zone, right?
Oh,
Free
really?
trading zone. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's good for foreigners, actually.
Hmm.
China, you're not allowed to buy as a foreigner, but in Sanya, you can.
You're talking about buy like property? Or,
Yes.
Oh, you
Yes.
buy property, no problem down there.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Maybe I'll look into that because
Yeah, because there are still places that are cheap.
yeah, there are. I have a friend who lives down there. I have 2 friends that live down there. One dude who's from Hawaii
Mm-hmm.
and he has his own like import export business
Yes.
of skateboard stuff.
Yeah, best thing to be in Sanya.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing. So he's based down there and can come travel up to mainland. I guess you'd still call Sanya mainland, right?
Yes. It's really like we're thinking if I don't like Montreal, then maybe we just move to Sanya. And if there's work in Shanghai, just fly up. It's so close.
Yeah, especially if you don't have to like work with a corporate business, Sanya is an amazing place.
Yeah.
If you have your own business and it's
Yes.
just based there for the purposes of business,
Yeah.
it's a really nice place. My
It's
friend,
nice.
yeah, he teaches English down there and just
Mm.
can go surfing whenever he wants. He's making the move to Bali sometime soon.
I used to love Bali, but this year I went back in April and it was raining every single day. And I feel like it's becoming more and more like Thailand. Like it's not so high end anymore. It's not so eat, pray, love anymore. I feel like it's more like a full moon party.
It could be. For
Yeah.
me, I go down there for the purpose of surfing. And it's like probably one of the most amazing places in the world to do that. And everyone seems to go there for like, as you said, the eat, pray, love. Like I've traveled to Ubud and I've seen the yoga stuff and the waterfalls and that's all well and good. When I go there, for me, it's like to get away from a city
Yes.
and it's perfect.
Yes.
I really enjoy that. So my plan is to be there for like 2 or 3 weeks. My girlfriend Fulden will come for maybe one of those weeks
Mhm.
and just take the opportunity to be outside of a city,
Yeah.
kind of collect my thoughts and take a break from,
Yes.
you know what, not life, but kind of take a break from life and in
Yes.
terms of reevaluating what's important to me and how I can set goals. Do you have any goals that you've set? I find that so important for me to set goals and then try and like a 1 year, 2 year, 5 year goal.
Every year I write down at least 15 things for the next year. And if I achieve 7, 8 things, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to make goals. But my goals have changed so much from what I used to want because of modeling and all that. Now my goals are I want a lake house and I want to go fishing in Canada.
Yeah.
That I want to have my own tomato garden. My dreams and goals have shifted so much. I guess I just got older, and the things that I used to want and I used to work for are not the things that I want nowadays anymore. It just changed so much. I'm also surprised too. Like I'm not into all this hype shit anymore.
Yeah.
All I want is just to have a nice lake house.
I agree. Speaking of the hype shit, did you see what happened with Uniglow and Cause
Oh
collaboration?
my God, really?
I've never seen that in China, actually.
It's not even limited edition. It's just t-shirts.
It's not limited edition?
No, it's just 99 kwai t-shirts that they sell for 399 up to 599 kwai.
Wow.
It's really so, I don't know why Chinese are so weird about it now.
Because there really hasn't been that type of mob mentality at these stores.
Not at all. We don't
It's
have
the first
Black
time I've ever
Friday.
seen that kind of stuff happen. I was really surprised,
Me
actually.
too. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it. And how do they even know that causes anything? I don't
Well,
even
you know what? I mean, obviously, with 1.4 billion people, there are going to be people that know or in the know
Yes.
about how to make money. I actually love the hustle. I think it's so cool to flip
Oh,
stuff.
Chinese people are the biggest hustlers ever.
I love doing that kind of stuff, but I think that it actually dropped in Shanghai or China before anywhere else in the world. So I think the idea was these people go to the store and can sell it to other people, and that's why it's so valuable, because you can sell it for a high price if you're sending it outside of China. So if you're in New York and you want this shirt, it doesn't come out for like another couple weeks. You can be the cool kid. Someone sent it to you from Shanghai.
Okay, got it. Well, right now to send out shit, it is so tough. We sent 450 kilos of personal stuff, and right now because of the US,
450 kilos.
it's just clothing. There's no furniture.
What?
Yes, I know.
That is
I know.
so much weight.
It sounds a lot. Is that a lot? There is no furniture at all.
What's
It's just
400? Are you
clothes.
kidding me? That's a lot. That's a lot. How many boxes is that?
15
Oh dear.
with 4 bike boxes though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
but
Tyler, Tyler's bikes. You gotta.
and my bike too.
Yeah.
But sending stuff over right now is just really impossible. So yeah, we have to wait until we receive our stuff.
Yeah. So you have someone that's like there to receive it.
Yeah, his parents.
Oh, easy. Yeah. That. I mean, I don't subscribe 100% to the idea of minimalism, but it's like kind of a goal to
It
be as
is
minimal as
already minimal.
Yeah.
I don't have much stuff actually.
400. I mean, I don't know, man.
Stuff just
450.
adds up. It just can't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Every month or maybe 3 months, I try and do like just throw shit out, because there's so much stuff, especially as like people who get stuff from brands. Like I get stuff from brands, you get stuff from brands. Like
my neighbors wear really hype shit.
yeah, you just get handed out.
Yes,
because like you get so much stuff you don't need.
I know.
You really just don't need it, and out of sight, out of mind is the way that I try and live. Like just by getting rid of stuff, it can clear your mind and make
I
you
have
feel more
started
relaxed.
telling brands that if I don't like something, it's fine. No need to send it to me. I don't
Exactly.
want it, because
Yep.
what I just give it away. It's just useless.
Yeah, I guess you can accept it and then, take the photo and then give it to a homie.
No, I don't even want to take the photo if I don't like it.
I think that's way more respectable, actually.
But it's really mean, right? It's
No, it's not mean. It's
like, can I send it back? Because I would never wear this.
well, yeah, maybe that's a little,
Yeah.
It's I guess as you get older, I mean, there's no right answer to that question, right? So it's, as you get older, you learn how to deal with those situations better.
Yeah.
There's so many tough things that
I
you
give
have
it to my
deal with.
cousin, Nona.
Yeah, I think that's the most the best way to handle this situation
Yeah.
is give it to a friend, and you don't even have to post it. Why not? Yeah.
But that's mean. What is the purpose of giving me stuff is to post about it.
It is the purpose, but there's no contractual
There's
obligation.
not. But a non-written contract, it is. Like
it is
I
an
give you
unwritten
some.
especially if you want to work with them in the future.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that? Like how, I guess we've just talked about how you've dealt with it, but I'm just like starting to experience getting stuff and like figuring out how to navigate that world.
Oh, there was like a cowboy boot brand that told me, oh, it would be a long-term deal, and every month we would give you money, and it's for you to post a post and give you free shit. And I was like, fuck, it's good money, but I just cowboy boots. My followers are gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? And they will unfollow because you're not authentic. So you do have to stay on your niche, on your path and your style or whatever, because people follow you for you. No one else can reenact that.
Definitely.
So you cannot suddenly, because of money, be a sellout. Really can't.
For sure. I think I learned, not the hard way because there was not much of a backlash, but I did post one ad that was just like totally.
Oh, I saw.
No business being on my Instagram.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
yeah.
I saw.
So, well, you still follow, so I guess it didn't hurt me that bad.
No.
But yeah, no, I've learned quickly that if you go against your brand identity or who you are, that's the better way to put it. It's not of any value.
I thought that if I make my brand Møpsi, that my followers will be like, yeah, we want to buy it. Not at all. That's something I learned. They follow me because they want to see my weird ass pictures, not because they are into streetwear. They are not into streetwear.
Yeah.
So there was no sales from that.
Wow.
Like really, I thought that people follow me and then I make a brand, then people will buy. Not at all. People don't buy. They just want to look at you.
That's true.
They're not into clothes. They're into looking at this girl who wears weird shit.
That's true. That's
it. But that's something I had to learn.
Definitely.
So that was interesting to me.
I had to learn that as well. I thought, I have like upwards of 70,000 followers. Easily, I'm going to get mad sales. It's not true. It's not true at all.
No.
The stuff you sell, you're going to sell some to people that truly want to support you. That will happen.
Yes.
But if you actually want to make a business out of it, it's starting from the ground up.
Yes.
It's not just because, for anyone listening that thinks just because someone has 100,000 subscribers or followers, blah, 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 it really doesn't translate. And that's like, it's kind of a blowback when you like, oof, I didn't get the sales.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, where are all these people? And then I look at my, how do you call that? The statistics, and mostly people, I have old perverted men following me, so they don't want to buy Møpsi the Uni Pig. So yeah,
right, yeah. So you just have probably a bunch of dudes creeping.
Yes, creeping like. Yeah, not with real spending money. So yeah, it was really a wrong thought here. I really thought, oh, I already have a following, so if I do something, they might buy. No. It
is a good lesson. You learn it pretty quick. You get the Band-Aid ripped off.
Actually, people buy it without even knowing me, without even knowing the brand in the stores that I'm selling. So that is more useful than anything. Instagram is just virtual.
Yeah, I want to talk about that as well because I'm eventually going to be doing like, I did my first pop-up shop at Push. It was super impromptu, just put some stuff up there.
Yeah, I saw.
And it was super fun just because people got to like play with the shirts, look at them, and then like see, and I got to take some photos. That was a fun experience. But I know you did a pop-up shop at Caffeine, right? So what was the process like for that?
Wow, it took a long time because we thought of fun ways, because I hate going to pop-ups and there's nothing to do and I just stand around like a little weirdo. So we did like 90s music, then we did a little game, which was I cut out like tiny little pieces of Møpsi and I hid it all over the store.
Like Easter egg hunt.
Yeah, exactly. And so when people came in, even people who came by themselves, they had something to do. So they just ran around the store and tried to find these tiny little Møpsi cutouts, and then they got like a really cool gift bag. So yeah, we had Absolute Vodka as a sponsor, which was really lucky for a startup brand.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And then
that's the perk of being in China.
And the perk that I work in the industry and
you're already connected with these brands.
Yes. So then Caffeine, and then I just invited all my friends, and yeah, it was quite fun and just drinks, and I had little guazi packets. Seeds, sunflower seeds as snacks, because Møpsi likes to eat sunflower seeds.
That's really cool. I like how you put attention to detail to your characters, and I think people definitely appreciate that kind of stuff.
Yeah, at first I
well.
wanted bubble tea, but it's impossible to get bubble tea, so we just had like alcoholic drinks. Yes,
but you could do bubble tea in the future. Bubble tea, for some reason, is like becoming viral in the world.
I love bubble tea. I'm a bubble tea girl.
Yeah, like when I was in New York 2 years ago, I saw a cocoa, and it was like the first one that I saw. I'm like, what is
It's
a
crazy,
cocoa?
huh?
Yeah, and I follow some other Instagram accounts that are like Asian themed or whatever,
Yeah,
and they always
Asians
joke
never
about
die.
boba tea. Yeah, like what is that? I don't know. I think it's good, but it's like become like an internet phenomenon.
I always get a stomach ache, but I still like
too
it.
much like jelly or something. in
I
there.
don't know, man. But yeah, I always get a stomach ache, but I still buy it and drink half of it.
Exactly.
I
You can
don't
drink
eat
like
all
a
the
couple
balls.
sips. You don't like to drink all the balls?
No, I just have a mouthful of balls. That's good enough.
Yeah. Oh my god, that stuff has so much sugar. In
I
it.
know.
I think that's the only problem is how much sugar is in those
Yeah,
things.
I guess.
Just like a stomach ache full of stuff.
Yeah, I guess that's what's the stomach ache. Maybe not the balls.
Maybe not the balls.
Yeah.
Do you pay attention to your diet at all?
No,
You don't.
I eat like a pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I eat.
just eat-
But I don't eat so much meat here in Shanghai.
Hmm.
Once I go abroad, I'm from Germany. I eat sausages and meat like without an end. Yeah.
It was not enough.
Yeah. But here in China, I don't dare to eat so much meat. I just
Hmm.
don't understand how 5 kwai it can be real meat. Like I just
It's not.
It's not. Yeah.
Your suspicion is true.
Yeah,
it cannot
so-
be real meat
so
for 5 kwai.
I don't eat much meat here. I eat fish.
Fish is okay. I've been on a diet. It's basically vegetarian before 6. So like before 6 p.m., you try and eat vegetarian. And I found that that's the best thing for me because I'm never going to give up meat. And I want to try and have somewhat of a healthier diet. So that's worked out quite well for me.
I think I will eat so much healthier when I'm in Canada because healthy food is so much cheaper than here. My God, it's so expensive.
Yeah, and you'll be able to go grocery shopping and probably have a proper kitchen. Do you like cooking? or-
I love it.
Yeah.
We cook every single day.
Even here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I even bake.
Yeah, you're pretty privileged to have an oven in the crib.
Yes. Yeah, I love cooking. I'm so excited to eat cereal that is
Oh my
not
God.
$15 US.
Yeah, if I want to get like Lucky Charms or, like
It's 88 kwai here.
so
It's
expensive.
So expensive.
It's ridiculous.
Like if I invite someone over and offer them cereal, I must really like you.
For anyone listening, if you got cereal,
Bring out the good shit.
bring out the good shit.
Yep.
Yeah, and probably be able to get like true milk back home. Like all the stuff that you get here is frozen and thrown in from
Yes.
Australia.
Yes.
Like, and that's the good stuff actually. All the stuff apparently is not such high quality. That
I
you-
know. Yeah, I'm just really excited for the food. I think every time I go to Germany, the second I drop my bags, I go to the supermarket and spend hours in the supermarket just like, oh.
Yeah, there's something so nice about like, well, I've never been to Germany, but in America, the supermarkets are like humongous, endless like selection of stuff. I can read what I'm about to buy.
That's what I was saying, that I am so excited to finally buy a shampoo bottle that is actually for my hair.
Yeah,
because
the
I'll be
correct
able
one.
to read.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
That's been so annoying going shopping here. I don't get the proper flavored toothpaste.
Nothing. I don't even know what I buy.
Yeah, that's so annoying.
Yeah, really annoying.
Yeah, so just the selection over there. And then you can know what's in your food. Like
Yes.
here, you don't know what's in your
I have
food.
no idea. Just eat whatever. No idea what's going
Yeah,
on.
what I've been a little worried about, I heard that there's like a pork epidemic or something in China. Like you should not eat any bacon or pork at all right now. So I've been trying to avoid that.
I don't eat pigs. They are family.
They are family.
Mhm.
Yeah, they are family. Young Mopsy over there.
Yeah. No. Try not to eat too much meat here. Who knows? I always think it's
knows?
rat. Oh, so mean. Yeah, but I do think that.
Well, what I would be more cautious about is the fish actually at a lower
Yeah,
quality place because they fish. Out
What
of the
about
river.
canned? Canned is fine, no?
Oh, canned fish, sure. No, but I'm talking about at like a local restaurant.
I know.
You go to a local yokel
Sushi,
restaurant and you
sushi.
get fish that might have come out of the river, and
Oh,
that is
wow.
disgusting. That
Oh,
river
wow.
is dirty, dirty.
Everything is dirty. Then you cannot eat anything anymore. I'm really already limiting my meat intake, so that's good enough for me.
I think that's probably a good start. I saw a terrifying video the other day that just like breaks down certain things like rice can be they add bits of plastic sometimes, like the tiniest bits.
Oh, I saw.
Did you see this
I saw
video?
the tests. What you have to do. You have to
Yes,
burn
it was a video of just tests, and you burn the cheese.
Yes, I saw that.
And
I
then
saw that.
and then if it melts, it's real
Yes.
cheese. If it like doesn't melt,
Yes.
there's just so many chemicals
How
in it.
sick is that?
I'm so glad you saw that video.
Yeah.
And then there's also the one with what
You
was
saw
it?
the plastic rice.
The plastic rice,
yeah.
and then
What else
the
was it?
meat. You think it's fat, but it's actually glue.
Oh, glue. It
it's
was
actually glue on the inside.
Yes.
How terrifying
How
is it? It made me
crazy.
so sad because like out of all the places I live, China must be the least
Yes.
regulated for that kind of
Yes,
stuff.
yes. We're fucked.
So fuck, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, at least in America, there are places you can go and know Canada, like other places in the world, you're going to pay top dollar, but you're probably going to get the proper organic
Mm.
food.
But here, no.
Yeah, I think City Shop is pretty good, but what do you think?
Hasn't it closed down? There's only City Super left. City
Oh,
Shop
really?
is gone.
Yeah.
Isn't it like that or the other way around? I don't know. But Aldi is coming. Aldi is a German, it's tomorrow,
Oh, no way.
a German supermarket.
Hmm.
But I don't know what they're going to sell in there. I'm going to check. I definitely want to eat some German stuff.
Hell yeah. What are some of your favorite German Dongshi?
All the breakfast cold cuts.
Oh,
yeah.
breakfast cold cuts. So you'll eat like meat in the morning?
Absolutely. It's a fest. It's like a sausage fest. Yeah, eat sausages and Fleischsalat und Gesichtswurst. A Gesichtswurst is a face sausage. It has a face on it and it's like a cold cut. There's so much good stuff. I don't know how to say it in English.
Sure,
at
no
all.
problem. So it's a bunch of meats though that they like for
So many
snacks.
different meats
Wow,
in
I
the
didn't
morning.
know that.
So much meat.
In America, we just have like bacon and eggs,
No,
hash
no,
browns. It's pretty
no,
simple,
boring.
omelets and.
Boring.
But yeah, so like it's not like cured meats, is it, or is it?
It's all kinds of cured and mortadella and all that kind of stuff.
Oh.
It's just lots of different kind of sausages and wurst, meat, everything.
Interesting.
Really yummy.
Yeah. Have you been to any like food festivals in Germany? I imagine that might be, or like, for example, what is Oktoberfest? Like everyone
Oh.
talks about it.
Oh my God. I don't dare to go because every year, I don't know if it's because people are drunk. I don't drink alcohol, so drunk
Right.
people
That's
are
like the biggest reason
already,
to go there.
yeah. But
Mostly a beer fest.
like officially there are always like 15 girls raped and then
Oh my God.
unofficially I have no idea, but everyone is so drunk and Germans are so wild.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I've never been, I never want to go. It's just not for me. I don't like the clothes, I don't like the beer, I don't like anything about it. I hate drunk people, so what's the point for me?
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, stupid question. It sounds like the antithesis of you.
Yes, go ahead.
Antithesis of you. Anything like about that. But as an American, like it's interesting that a lot of people. I went to this photo show last night, and this guy from Lithuania traveled across America, and what he said was it felt like I was inside the TV because like he just had always seen America on TV, and like to experience that must have been so surreal. And out of anywhere in the world, for some reason, Oktoberfest is that to me. If I was to go there, I just have like this feeling that like that's a place that I just can't imagine or like is just so
but that's
surreal.
like a carnival. That's
Right.
just people just dress like that for that
Of course,
occasion.
I'm talking about that occasion though. I'm talking about going like for some reason in America, it is like a dream, air quotes, to go to Germany, to go to Oktoberfest,
to get drunk.
to get drunk, to have the beer maids come with beer,
Yes.
maybe end up at a brothel. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Do they have that over there? Like, is that like
Absolutely.
yeah, that's like the culture.
You
It's
can
part of the
go
culture.
and get a job as a as a prostitute at the government thing.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I like because I went to Amsterdam recently, and to walk around the red light district.
How
I know
sick
they're
is
not
that?
the same place, Amsterdam and
Yeah, but we have.
But it's
we
like
also
the
have
culture is
windows.
quite similar, right? For that kind
Red
of
light
stuff.
district, yes.
Mm.
I think every guy, even when I was 16 years old, everyone in my class has been
Yeah.
with a prostitute
Yeah.
or has been to all these houses where you can run around and see them behind windows and stuff.
Wow.
It is so normal. Next to my school was a brothel. It's like super normal for us.
I think that's such a good thing because the biggest problem with prostitution is that it is illegal, and these women are forced to do it illegally. If they can do it legally, then it becomes like, you never have to deal with a pimp. You never have to deal with any of the bullshit that like can get these women hurt if it's done regulated.
In Hamburg, there is a street where it's just allowed for men. If women go in, the prostitutes throw eggs at you.
Just for men.
Yeah.
No women allowed.
No.
That's sexist. I have a problem with that.
Oh, but
I'm
what
kidding.
if,
I'm kidding.
I think they just don't want to be seen. It's just a women judge other women, so they don't want to be judged, and men are there for a reason. So when women
they're
go
there
in,
for a reason, and I think it creates a healthier society because there are men that aren't able to.
I
get
even
laid.
paid for a prostitute for a friend of mine for his 18th birthday
That's
because
awesome.
he was
Why
still
not?
a virgin, and I was like, it's time.
In America, there's such like a pressure to be not a virgin, and it's definitely looked down upon to go to. For me, at least, it would be looked down upon for your first time. As an American, as a global citizen, I might not have that opinion. So you're saying it's totally normal.
Well, he was 18. It's about time. No,
Right.
The average age in Germany is like what, 12, 13?
Really, you would
They're
say
so young now. They are like so bored and whatever. So they're just
got free
they're
time on
just
their hands.
banging.
But yeah, so you feel like it's not that big a deal.
No, not at all. Not when you grow up
But
in
what
Germany.
about even like losing your virginity to a prostitute? Is there a stigma against that?
I don't know. I just know that I sent my friend there. And he was so dumb that he was in there, and then the girl was like, oh, give me a credit card. I go, if
your
you want
credit card.
more or whatever, then I go to the ATM and take out some money. So
my
he
God.
was naked, so he gave her his card, and she took out the max. And I was like, you're so dumb. But whatever.
Jeez.
Whatever. I'm
You
not
live and
paying
you
for
learn.
that.
Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, you were I wanted to talk about modeling a little more, because that's what I find like really interesting about you is your career modeling. And I know you're friends with like some pretty famous. Are you friends with the Hadids? Like, how did you meet them? Like, how did that happen?
I lived in the Hadid house for 6 weeks, actually.
Yeah.
In Gigi's room.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite fun. I used to be friends. I'm not anymore because my life has changed and I'm not into all that anymore. So hard to explain. I was friends with some very, very, very wealthy Saudi people.
Whoa, oil money.
Yeah.
That's like another level of
But
rich that
that's
no one
not
can imagine.
American rich.
Because to my, like, a lot of their money is not even like listed. They just have money like billions, but even billions and billions stacked on top of that. Anyways, you're friends with, okay, keep going.
So then we used to travel 3 times a year. I would go on trips, and it was just a bunch of friends. Like when I go to places and I have the money, I fly in my friends as well, and they just do it in a bigger scale and fly around in private jets. And I must say that humans get very spoiled very easily. After I flew private all the time, I was like, ugh, first class. Yuck. So horrible. So horrible. So yeah. People can get used to everything very, very quickly. And then it was just always the same. I just got so bored of it. They would spend like 2 million. It sounds exaggerated. It's not at all. 2 million, 1 million a night on alcohol, buy the biggest bottle of, what is it? Dom Perignon, Rosé, blah, 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 blah. I don't even know. So I don't drink alcohol. I don't give a shit. They didn't even drink that shit. So it was just it was just weird. It was just a very weird.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like real life.
It's not real life, and the people are not very happy. And okay. If you work and you think, oh, one day I want to be rich and I want to do this and that, and then that's all I already saw, and that was the top of the top. What is above a private plane? Nothing. That's
nothing.
already it.
No, you're already in
so
the sky.
after I saw the highest of the highest, what the richest of the richest in this entire world are doing, I was like, wow, that's pretty boring.
Yeah.
So every time when I came back to Shanghai, I would go to shelter and sit outside on the street because I was like, ooh, this feels good.
Back to reality.
Yeah, back to reality. And this is more what I'm about and what I like, because I would be not happy in those huge houses. The Hadid house was like, what, 80 million. It was
Jesus.
humongous. And we played hide and seek in there. It was pretty fun, actually. I get a heart attack playing hide and seek. I was hiding in the elevator in their house.
Oh my God.
And in their private cinema and stuff. It was a pretty cool house, but yeah. People are not as happy in that, and everyone is using everyone, and it's just so gross.
It's just a political game to
yeah,
get what you
it's
want.
it's pretty yucky. So I stopped, and we also just grew apart.
Kind of parted ways.
Yes, very much. So yep.
How did you get introduced to them though?
My girlfriend was in London, living in London, and she would go to this club called Maddox, and she was staying with the owners, and she was girlfriends with the wife, blah blah blah. And these rich people would always go to this club, and they met my girlfriend, and they wanted to fly her to LA for 2 years. And she always said, no, no, no. And then one year she was like, okay, fine, I'm coming, but I want to bring a girlfriend. I was that girlfriend.
Oh, snap.
So after a few days, my girlfriend is like, nah, I don't like him. I want to go home. And I was like, okay, let's go home then. And then we flew back to London. And then after a few days, they were like, yeah, but Kylie, you are our friend now. Why don't you come back? If she doesn't want to hook up with the dude, that's fine. But you're a friend. You can come. And I was like, yeah, I guess so. I just come and hang out. And that's how it
This
happened.
is in LA or where?
Yeah, we flew to LA. It started in LA. It was always the same places. Nice, south of France, LA, and Dubai. And yeah, that's...
God, what a life.
Yeah, but it's not so great once you have it.
Oh, I can
Because there's nothing
understand.
above it.
So my comment and my thoughts on that, this is actually the theme of my podcast. And I'll probably talk about it every podcast. It's that the name of my show is called Observing the Process. And for me, life is about, it's a process. You're always learning, you're always growing. And whatever goal you have, it actually always changes. So you have to fall in love with the process. You have to fall in love with the journey of getting to that goal. And again, the goal is going to change. So this process never ends.
Yeah, but there is no process if everything is given to you.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So I didn't enjoy it.
These people are already at the top. They're not on a journey. They're just like living in the clouds, but they're on a plain level field.
There is no
they're never going up.
goals for them.
No goals, no ambition.
No dreams.
Yeah. So when you have everything, it doesn't mean anything unless you're striving towards something.
Exactly. So for me, it got really boring, and like talk to people that have no ambition, no dream, no goal. It's just every day is like existing, right? It's boring, really, really boring. They're bored out of their minds.
Yeah.
You can afford everything. Nothing. It excites him to see me shop because it's like, oh my God, someone else has fun in doing that. Or me in a private plane, I was taking pictures. I'm like, yeah. But they are not excited. For them, it's like driving a bus. It's like, it's nothing.
Wow. Yeah.
It's just you lose excitement for things. And I don't want that. That's why I stopped hanging, because I was like, first of all, this is not what I want. Second of all, this is already it. It's really boring. So I don't want to have that top. I want to, every now and then it's fine. But if you have it all the time, it's not exciting anymore.
Wow.
Like everything in life.
Yeah. You can't have said it better. I mean, I was fortunate enough. My brother worked at American Airlines, and I was able to, be his companion and get free flights. And when the way it works is you fly standby. And then if the first class seat is open, you got first class. And the first time I did it, I'm like, this is fucking amazing. Nothing is ever going to be better than this. The next time I get first class, I'm like, this is still awesome. But then sometimes you don't get first class. You have to sit in economy, and you're like, this fucking blows.
Yes.
Hold on, wait a minute. I'm flying for free.
Yes.
And I'm complaining that I'm flying for free. That was my first reality check as to like, okay, even no matter how high you go in life, you're going to find things to complain about. So
horrible, huh?
Horrible.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like private, and then first class, ew,
Yeah.
yuck. Why can I smoke in this plane?
Yeah.
That's horrible. No Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi.
Where's my buffet?
Yeah, where's my private waitress or waiter?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my God. But it must have been pretty dope to fly in a private plane. I've never done that.
It was so awesome for 3 years. And but then when you have experienced that, you actually appreciate life much more again. So for me, it was after seeing that, wow, even if you have all these things, you're not going to be happy, because happiness does not come from these things. Then I was like, okay, then let me focus on my stuff and what makes me happy, which is really like go fishing, have a lake house, and just hang out with friends and just go barbecue or whatever.
Yep.
Like these things make me way happier than a Chanel bag can ever do.
Definitely.
I sold so much stuff because I realized these things don't make me happy. You have it and it sits there, and so what? Nobody cares.
Yeah.
It's just useless.
Yeah, I think that translates to your change in brand identity. Like
Yeah.
no more about the streetwear. It's about the story behind it. and
Because you
creating
realize
something.
really who you are, and really I cannot pretend like I'm so street, because actually when people look at me and dress wise, I never really am into brands. I'm not into brands. I don't care about brands. Whatever looks good is fine. I can wear a 20 kwai Taobao shirt and I'm cool with that.
Sure.
I don't need any brands. So then I just realized I don't want to be in the streetwear scene. I don't understand it. I don't know who's hype. But I had a friend here from LA and he was like super into streetwear. He was like, "Oh, this dude is blah blah blah, and this dude you have to talk to because I don't want to go talk to people because blah blah blah."
Definitely.
I'm just over it.
I completely agree. Recently, what I've started doing is talking to everyone as if they have the same face. Meaning, like, I do not, if you have 1 million followers or 100 followers, or if you're just like the guy serving me baozi, or you're the guy who made like the steak that I'm, you know what I mean? So I treat everyone the same, and I'm just so much more happy with the way I interact with people now. And I feel like people can respect that. Before I was so lost in the clout that people had, and I changed as a person depending on who I talked to, and I really hated that about myself. So that's one big change that I've I'm still I always make mistakes. You always can fall back into like looking at people's clout and like kind of changing your character and the way you talk to people. And
the reason why these rich people liked me was because I was myself, and I wasn't paid by them. So I can do whatever I want to. I can say whatever I want to. So if I have an opinion about, oh, this looks shit. Oh my God, what the fuck is this? I thought we were going on a great trip. This is shit. Or this clothing or whatever, you just spent $5,000 on
That's
whatever.
ridiculous.
This is stupid. And why can't we drive a car instead of a helicopter? What is this? Like all these things just made them like, or on the birthday, I would smash his face into the cake, and everyone, and the bodyguard, everyone looks at me like, what the fuck? You can't do that. He's the blah, blah, blah. I was like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And that's what made them like me, because I was just myself, and I didn't think, oh, you're so rich and I want something from you. That's why I have to treat you differently. No, you don't have to. And that's what makes you different from other people, because you just treat them because no one treats them like a normal person, and that's what they're missing.
Definitely. Well, Kylie, I don't think you could have said it better. This has been an amazing talk, and I wish you the best of luck in Montreal. I think you're doing amazing stuff with your brand.
Thank you. I will see you soon anyways.
Yeah, you'll be back.
Yes.
All
absolutely.
right, guys. Take care. Thanks,
Thank
Kylie.
you.
Bye-bye. Boom. That's it. Thanks so much for listening. I really am excited about how this podcast is turning out, but I can always improve. I would love to hear your feedback. If you want to reach out and suggest I talk about something specific or have a specific guest on, you can email me at shanghaiobserved@gmail.com. That is shanghaiobserved@gmail.com. Also, this episode of the podcast is brought to you by shanghaiobserved.com/shop. That's right, I'm plugging my own shop. It means so much that people already buy my stuff. If you want to support me, you can go to shanghaiobserved.com and buy a shirt or whatever's on there right now. Even if you buy a sticker, it really supports and helps me do what I love to do. I owe it all to you guys. Thank you so much for listening and supporting me. Thanks a bunch. Peace, guys. Also, if you enjoyed the intro and outro music, it was made by my brother, Danny Greenberg. You can go and check out his beats at soundcloud.com/estoric. ESTORIC. Okay, that's it for now. Peace.